There's no way Black Mirror just told on Beyoncé like that. Oh my God, that's B.
What up, what up? It's your girl, Nora Kim for Life, and you're just tuning in to Nora Reacts on YouTube, baby. This is where we question everything and believe nothing. Today's episode is going to be all about the truth, man. It's thetruth.com, everything truth. Without further ado, let's get right into it.
You're supposed to eat electrical stuff like fruits and vegetables. Guys, we only got 4 canines, not designed to eat meat. If it was, you would have a mouthful of canines. We made no mistakes when we designed these avatars. Look at the shark's mouth, full of canines. Look at a lion mouth, full of canines. Now look at your mouth. You got 4 canines and all them flat teeth in your mouth. You're supposed to be eating vegetation, fruits. That's all electrical. Because you are electricity. But if you put meat into you, that's dead energy. So they fed us, they trained us to eat meat. We ate all this meat and it deadened our energy. Keep you dead. You can't even vibrate. You can't even you can't teleport. You can't tap into nothing about yourself because like they say, you are what you eat. So if we want you dead, we'll feed you dead flesh. The oppressor want us dead, so he fed us dead flesh. You get it?
Man, that was quite the way to put it right there. Shout out to him for bringing light to that. And I mean, I'm a vegetarian myself, so I definitely haven't eaten meat in over 10 years, and I do not plan on going back. Ever since I stopped eating meat, my dreams have become way more vivid, and I'm able to tap into my third eye and have like foresight. And I'm also just more connected with everything around me. So if you guys want to try it, you know, start out on a couple of days a week going without meat, and just like, you know, little by little, you'll get used to it. And you'll realize like there's a lot of good food out there that you can enjoy without having to eat something that's dead. Let's move on to the next video.
You know, when people eat meat, they tend to take on the actual stress of the meat, and they take on the actual, because we know that life is in the blood of any fleshly creature. Life is in the blood. So you cooking the blood into these meats. You're cooking the hormones into these meats. You're cooking the traumatic experience into these meats, the transgenerational epigenetics into these meats, and then you eating these meats. So you get more of a aggressive behavior. Like I told you, I work with a lot of football players and a lot of basketball players. I know football players that eat nothing but meat. Changed it now since dealing with me. I know a fighter right now, can't mention his name, I'm working with him. He said he didn't start winning most of his fights until he went carnivore. And he said it brought out a devil in him. He said it brought out aggression and rage in him. But if you look how carnivores act in the jungles. They very aggressive, you know. So imagine you have this quiet, nurturing spirit eating fruits and berries and melons, walking around, you know, floating on cloud 9. Then you got a person sucking down chicken wings and eating bloody hamburgers. He mad as hell. How long you think that there's gonna be in symbiosis in a household? It's not gonna be for long. And then, you know, the more and more you start eating these highly energetic fruits, they start talking to you. You start figuring things out about yourself. Purposes and things that you had in life start to change. Things that you think you used to love, you begin to hate. Things that you can never see yourself doing, now you're doing. Now you're praying, now you're meditating, now you're talking to yourself. Now you have a self-discipline that's been kicking in. So you start loving yourself more. And a person that loves himself around somebody that willfully hate themselves unknowingly, that can never work, because we're operating or we resonating at 2 different frequencies. So that's why you usually see that the person that changed their diet and start loving themselves and doing better, they always get outcast or become the black sheep from the rest of the family. And then once you change your diet and you start eating fruits, these are your most energetic foods that's available to earth for human beings. They grow close to the sun. So the sun is taking these foods to photosynthesis. They get chlorophyll, chloroplasts. This scientifically proven that fruits operate every 10 units, they give you 12,000 angstroms of energy. Every 10 units that you eat a fruit, it gives you 12,000 angstroms of energy. Every 10 units of meat you eat, it gives you 3 angstroms of energy. Every 10 units of vegetables you eat, it gives you 10,000 angstroms of energy. And then when you start getting lower and lower, it depletes to 0. So imagine somebody in your house eating fruits and vegetables, operating every 10 units, you're getting 12,000 angstroms of energy, and you getting 9 to 10,000 angstroms of energy. Then you got your significant other that don't want to make the change, and he only taking in 3,000 angstroms of energy. She's going to be highly energetic. Her consciousness is going to be very, very expansive, you know, and then he going to be on a lower frequency.
Damn, that's true though. I realize even at my ripe age that I have a lot of energy because I eat clean. I don't eat meat. I don't even have to eat a lot in a day. I don't really eat breakfast. If I have something at breakfast, it might be some fruit or some nuts or something like that, and maybe like some type of ginger shot. Really no breakfast, because that's a construct anyway. And everything he said was right on point. So I hope y'all listening. I'm not trying to pass no energy off on y'all to force you to come to this side, to the green side, but it's something to, you know, think about, because what happens when you want to make zombies? You give them meat, right? That's what zombies want. They go crazy for meat. And that's what they've basically made us into these days. Like, we just do whatever they tell us to do and eat whatever they tell us to eat.
What you've been eating for the last 500 years. Starch and blood. Starch and blood. If I take those two compounds or those two items and put them into a biochemical perspective and begin to do analysis, what are we going to find in starch that would nourish my body when my body is made of electrons? There are no electrons in starch. So how am I going to replenish my energy? Then you drink blood because you like to eat that meat. Lamb, goat, cows, and chicken are hybrids, and they're not African. But you go to Africa today, that is all they eat. When God made things that depend on a specific food. And we will begin with the plants. It's iron. And what plant is that? The burdock, the sarsaparilla, or the marula. But if I want to treat your bones, I gotta use calcium. But I have to go to a plant that has calcium. So I have to go to the ocean. That they call is sea moss, Irish moss. Africa was never supposed to eat meat and starch because these are not the product of Africa. Go and tell that to the Africans today. You get yourself in big trouble.
And not just the Africans, Americans too. We eat crazy. And when someone like me comes along who makes healthier decisions, I do try to let people around me know, like, hey, maybe you should consider healthier options. But a lot of times people get offended and they get pissed off. They don't want to hear it. But, I mean, we just got to wake up and do better for ourselves. Like, if we want to see a different world with more peace and more love, it really does start within. And within is the things that we consume, both informationally and dietarily. So I think it's time for us to, you know, consider some other stuff. Shout out to Dr. Sabi, though. He was a big influence on me when I crossed over and became vegan, because I was a vegan at first. I'm a vegetarian now. I'm trying to get myself back off dairy. And they say, like, eating cheese gives you the same feeling that heroin does. So it's addictive. Anyway, let's move on.
We are in prison because we are the sacrifice. See, when they told you that Jesus died for our sin, I told you Jesus means je suis. Jesus means I am. That means you are here. You volunteered to sacrifice your existence to go through the evolution cycle from these demons. Your existence here is an experiment, and also is a needed experience. Anyone that exists here, you are a part of a great sacrifice. So you volunteer to be able to come and witness, to use your consciousness to partake in two bodies at the same time. Now, let me explain this knowledge to you, because this is the first time you're going to hear it, and this is the most powerful information you're ever going to hear about why you are here. Not only you are a sacrifice, this is why your brain is split. Our ancestors create this genetic makeup, and we have a split brain, is because they want you to help going through this cycle with those demons, okay? We are sharing body with those demons. That's why you constantly hear the voice talking to you. That is those demons, okay? And your job is to go through it. All of us is a sacrifice to harness demons and to evolve, because the biggest fight is yourself. That's why it's called know thyself. Let me say it again. That's why it's called know thyself, because they know the biggest fight is going to be within you, because they know they trap you within a demon. You're going to have to fight a demon within you to teach that demon, to control that demon. You are the sacrifice. That's why we are here. So just know your existence to this planet is a mere sacrifice, and also only the strongest were sent here. So you have to go through this to achieve Christ. You are here to become Christ. What is Christ? You crystallize your consciousness. When you merge the left atmosphere and the right atmosphere as one, when you merge, you and the demon become one. Now you achieve consciousness. Now you become a crystal. That's how you become Christ consciousness. You crystallize your consciousness. When the left side of your brain and the right side of your brain is in harmony, you find balance. This is the knowledge of a trillion I just drop on you. This is the message of these ancestors I just give you right.
I definitely felt the message in that, and it made me, I was having a physical reaction to that just now. What y'all think about that? Drop it in the comments.
That's right, Grover. This is the fiction section. Fiction means it's a made-up story. Fiction means it's a made-up story.
But why the big secret? People are smart. They can handle it.
The person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it. 1,500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was the center of the universe. 500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat. And 15 minutes ago, you knew that people were alone on this planet.
Now, first of all, lad, we've got to get all these medieval ideas out of your head. Clear the way for new ideas. Knowledge of man's fabulous discoveries in the centuries ahead. Now, that'll be a great advantage, boy.
Advantage indeed. If the boy goes about saying the world is round, they'll take him for a lunatic.
The world is round? Yes, that's right. And it also goes around.
Eyeball, what is this?
This is the Earth.
But why is it round?
Well, because the Earth is round.
Yeah, that's crazy. I always thought about that, like, is the Earth round or flat? I mean, I think it's whatever we believe it is. If we live in a matrix and all this is zeros and ones, it's not anything. It's everything and anything. Like, there really is no shape. It's whatever we can imagine. I'm a Gemini, so I can play any side of this coin, you know what I mean? But right now I'm going to go with the it's whatever you believe it is. Next video.
I have friends, advisors, and business associates who say I should not tell you this. But this information is important, and I think you should know it. So in school today, we're focused on a thing called SAT, or Scholastic Aptitude Testing. We want to find out how good you are at reading, writing, and arithmetic. Very important skills. And depending on how well you do with SAT, the next thing they focus on is professional aptitude testing, whether you should be a doctor, a lawyer, fire chief, secretary, or whatever. It's a professional training. But what school fails to focus on or train people on is a thing what I call financial intelligence. We never discuss the subject of money in schools. So what do I mean by financial intelligence? Well, if we gave $10,000 to 100 people, 80 of them, or 80%, would have nothing left at the end of a year. 16% with the same $10,000 might have $10,050, what you would get by putting it in a bank. And 4%, given that same $10,000, would have anywhere from $20,000 to $1 million or more. And that's what I mean by financial intelligence. So when we go to school, we learn to read these things, but we never learn to read these, financial statements or annual reports. We never learn financial literacy in school.
I mean, did he really need a chart to say that? That was extra. Like, I don't think he needed to do any of that breakdown. That's so obvious. Next.
We all been lied to about the truth behind the times of 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. And I'm about to tell you exactly what the fuck be going on at that time. Let's get into it. Basically, during this time, the veil between our realm and the other higher realms of existence is thin at this point, right? Everybody's been told that. But did you know that at this point in your time, if you get woken up, it's called the ambrosial hour. And it's actually a huge energetic boost for all of us that naturally we wake up during the night. Sometimes when our soul, aka our higher self, wants us to use this energy to be in the creator mode of this reality. So if you ever play Minecraft, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's actually a great time for you to be in the purgatory. You're not dead, you're not alive, but you're on the other side. Because did you not know, friend, that everything that we're doing is a dream right now? Yes! Even when we go to sleep, we think we're sleeping. We're not sleeping. We're actually just back in our original state of nothingness. And we're without a body, so we're without having a human experience, and we are just experiencing life without this vessel. And that's what happens when we're asleep. But when we wake up during those times, we are still in that state because your brain is the map and the gateway to consciousness.
Okay, girl. I love her zest. But I'm telling y'all now, with this music y'all be playing in the back, could y'all maybe pick higher frequency music, because that scary, creepy killer clown music playing in the background is throwing me off, and it kills the message. Sleep is definitely something else. I think when we are asleep, we're experiencing other people's lives. In my opinion, I think that's when you get to go out and try on somebody else's life in another dimension, and that's why stuff doesn't always make sense, and it's like weird, but you can still feel it. And I think it's because you're living your other lives. Like, I think we're all living different lives simultaneously, and that's why we go to sleep, because we need a chance to go and live those other lives. Like, time is not a real thing. So I don't know about the 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. thing, but I do be waking up around that hour, like, with my brain ready to go. So I don't know, maybe there's some truth in that. What was that? Was that supposed to be like Stranger Things? Was that, I don't know.
You are under spells, people. You're under spell. I ain't under no spell. You are.
We are under spells, and that's why we learn spelling in school, because they're already teaching us the power of words and how we put ourselves under a spell, essentially, and all the things that we consume on a daily basis. Everything is all about words. Words is what this world is made of, sound. That's why they say we came from the big boom. A boom is a sound.
You know what? They did the Brighter Days memory erasure treatment to me, so I'm having trouble remembering the details. They're foggy, because at the Brighter Days clinic they do the memory erasure, you know?
What?
The memory erasure. They erase my memories. It's a little foggy, but...
If you could remember, struggle, tell me. Give me a date. Give me a date.
He didn't even care. That journalist was like, you're going to answer my question, girl. Don't try to pull that Brighter Days thing on me. I don't know what's going on with Ariana Grande. I just pray for her, and I hope that she's handling her business properly, because that girl's worth a lot of money, and I don't want to see them do to her what they did to Britney and Wendy Williams.
That old filthy story of Adam and Eve. Are y'all crazy? Adam was here by himself. Y'all know the story. Adam. And then he said one day to God, God, I am lonely. And when God didn't say, nigga, how can you be lonely when ain't nobody here but you? Said he was here, nobody else. How he know lonely? But if you follow the story, here come Eve. They had 2 sons. Y'all know the story? Cain and Abel. One son killed the other one. So let's do this right. There's Adam and Eve. Put 2 fingers up. Then Cain and Abel. That's 4. Then one boy killed the other one. Take one down. That's 3. Then he went out and got him a wife. Now you see where the word MF come from, huh? Well, don't look so strange. You count it.
It's 3 people. Him, Dad, and Mom.
Oh my God. I think his whole point was really just to kill the whole story itself, you know, by being so literal that he's like, this doesn't make sense. And I think a lot of things don't make sense. And it just shows you that if people write things down, we tend to believe them more. That's why we follow signs even when no one's around to enforce them. How many of us stop at stop signs when we could just blow right through them?
That one friend that always tells you the truth, that never beats around the bush, never walks on eggshells, that hurts your feelings sometimes, he's not the asshole. All your other friends that sit idly by while you destroy yourself and tell you that you're just fine the way you are, they're the assholes. The best friends you can have in the world are the ones that don't care what you want to hear, they only tell you what you need to hear, and they'll keep it 100% real always. The friends that you hate the most in the short term are going to be the ones that you love the most in the long term, because they have your best interest in mind, they want to see you fulfill your potential and be what they know you can be.
Yeah, I like that. You know what I mean? I'm that friend, I guess. I'm a Gemini. And I could be brutally honest, and sometimes people think I'm rude because I always say what I feel. But then everyone's like, I want somebody to be around me who keeps it real. So you can't have it both ways. You can't want somebody to kiss your behind, but also keep it a buck, because sometimes those things don't always match. I mean, you don't have to be a mean person or a terrible person to your people, but keep it a buck with them. Like, if your hair stink, tell that motherfucker that they need to go wash their hair.
My God. So someone asked if I could do a video on Neanderthals. And I think I already did this video like twice already in the past, but I'll just do it again. Alright, so as y'all should know, scientists have found a new DNA called the Neanderthal DNA. And them finding out this DNA just proved that the stories of the Bible are actually true. See, if y'all have read the book of Enoch, y'all will see how Neanderthals came to be. The Enoch book is a lost book of the Bible. And there's also many, and I mean many books that have been taken out of the Bible. But if you read the book of Enoch, it will tell you how Neanderthals came to be and where this Neanderthal DNA came from. Also, scientists also tells you that every race contains Neanderthal DNA, except for one race, African modern descendants, aka black people. Scientists don't even realize that they're proving even more why black people are actually the true Hebrew Israelites of the Bible, the real Jews. One of the scientists was also caught saying that African modern descendants are actually the pure humans of the world. And that's not coming from me. They said that. And also, if you read the Bible, you will actually know that black people were the first creation. And no, this video isn't about race baiting or anything. It's all about telling the truth. So the Neanderthals came from giants, and the giants came from Nephilims, and the Nephilims came from the fallen angels. See, the Bible speaks about that the fallen angels were supposed to be protecting the humans, but instead they began to fancy them, and they began to do sexual activities with the women and men. And when the fallen angels began to have sexual activity with the men and women, they created their own offsprings, called Nephilims. And when the Nephilims began to have children, they created the giants, like those of Goliath. And when the giants began to have kids, they created Neanderthals. See, when the fallen angels began to lay with the men and women, the humans, they created these different type of beings, which is sort of half human and half fallen angel. It mixed up the two DNAs. See, the Neanderthal skin couldn't be exposed to the sun, so they had to move to a colder climate. And guess where that was? AKA the Caucasus Mountains, which is where they got the word Caucasians from. See, these Neanderthal skin grew lighter and lighter, which created the lighter skin pigmentation, which a lot of these races and ethnicities carry till this day. That's why you will see till this day that a lot of people will say that the whiter skin pigmentation or the paler skins, that it's a mutation, because everyone in the world was melanated at one point. That's why it's kind of crazy when I be seeing people argue about which land is theirs. This is our land, this is our land. Y'all don't even realize that all these lands originally started with all black people on them. Every Afro person in every part of anybody's land, Afro-Hispanics, Afro-Palestinians, wherever you are, any Afro person is the original people of that land. And it's crazy because black people get done the worst anywhere they go. And y'all don't even realize that that's really your land. But like I said in another video, y'all don't understand that that was one of the curses put upon us all as a people, along with many more curses. And this video was just about telling everybody the truth. I love you all, and let the truth set you free.
Yep, which is right on theme with this show. It's all about the truth. And I mean, a lot of what she said makes sense. I'm a mixed person, but I consider myself black. I'm going to leave it at that. History is history, and history has been very skewed, and we've been lied to about it. I've heard a wise person say history is a lie agreed upon, and I totally believe that. You know, it's like they tell us whatever just to keep us enslaved, all of us, you know, not just black people.
If you can't look back at your younger self and realize that you were an idiot, you probably still are. You're most likely still an idiot. It's hard to see the frame when you in the picture.
She's hilarious. I guess so.
This is the real security threat. This security threat that they're worried about. They're worried about the original Americans of this land realizing who they are and spreading the truth about who we are, and no longer running with the narrative that they have created that we are all from Africa, which is not true. Has been so many evidence that points us to this land. Shout out to We Know the Truth Now for spreading so much knowledge. They have all this information in books, and people are starting to pull up the old books. This is one reason why they got rid of libraries, because they didn't want people to come back up. What they say, if you want to hide something from a so-called black, which we are not black because this is the color black, if you want to hide something from us, put it in the book. So that's what they did. Hid the truth. Just do your due diligence and look it up yourself. Start researching the original people of America. Neuromelanated people. Peace and love.
Yeah, man, there's no way that everybody that's black came over here on ships. There's absolutely no way. And even when you look at those old pictures, people had some thick, nice hair and nice brown, beautiful skin. They even tried to, like, purposely send Europeans to mate with so-called Native American people to lighten up the race. And they did that a lot throughout the world. You can even look that up. Like, look at places like Spain and all that, where you have like these really fair-skinned Spaniards and all that. They do that on purpose just to kind of whitewash stuff. That's where the word whitewash probably even came from.
Out of all of the religions in the world, which one is the truth and who is the real God? Well, for starters, right before Buddha died, he said to his people, go and seek the truth. He also stated all components and things of this world are changeable and they are not long lasting. Then he goes and speaks about Jesus and stated that Jesus lived a previous life and would open the way to eternal life. Buddha's body is buried and located in Pingliang, China. In Islam, Muhammad is believed to be the seal of the prophets, in other words, the last prophet. But right before Muhammad died, he stated that he does not know the purpose of life. Muhammad's body is buried and located in Mosque of the Prophets, located in Medina, Saudi Arabia. Confucius, aka Master Kong, is believed to be a prophet and philosopher in the Asian culture, but right before he died, he stated that I am not the way. Confucius' body is buried and located at Khufu in Shandong province. Now Jesus' tomb is located in the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, located in Jerusalem, Israel. But the difference between him and all of the other religions is that the body of Jesus is missing from the tomb. Out of all of the religions, Jesus is the only one that spoke with authority and quoted, I am the way, I am the truth, and I am the life. No one reaches the Father if it's not through me. Jesus himself was crucified and on the third day rose from the dead. No living being has ever walked the earth and has conquered death. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is the true living God. If you like this video, like, share, comment, and I will see you guys again.
Oh, that was a sweet video. But yeah, I believe that Jesus was also a prophet. I believe that we all have the Jesus energy within us, and that he was just here to tell us about our powers, our magic, our ability to manifest and to create things. And I am meaning God. No disrespect to anybody's religion, but I just think that we're all a part of the same whole.
This is the truth about truth. Truth is infinite. It cannot go away. It was created by the universe, which is pure truth. The only thing that is not truth has been created by the mind.
Okay, girl. That was deep and philosophical. I don't know what to think. What y'all think? Leave it in the comments.
Signs you died young in a past life. This is your trigger warning. So young can be as a child up to your early 20s. But as a child, you might have been terrified that something was going to happen to you in situations that you shouldn't have been scared of. It can also present as a very paranoid child or teenager. You might be someone that has a bucket list and wants to do everything on it because you feel like there's not going to be enough time to do everything. You almost feel like you're not going to get to live a full life. This usually presents if it was your last lifetime that you died young, or you've had multiple lifetimes where you died young. Anyone passing away young is going to be a trigger for most people, but this is something that would impact you for weeks after reading or hearing about it. Each birthday that you celebrate, you feel is a victory. As always, do not get this confused if you have any explanation in your current lifetime. If you do, it basically negates past life stuff. It doesn't mean it didn't happen, but at that point, the evidence is null and void. Hope this helps.
I don't know where she got that from. I guess her intuition is telling her that that's her truth. I guess. I don't know. What y'all think?
The random birthmarks that you have in this life are an actual indicator of how you died in your past life. If you have giant birthmarks, it actually indicates how brutal your past life death went. This is very interesting because you can actually learn from your scars from your past life appearing in this one to prevent blockages.
Okay, that's interesting. I've heard something like that before where people say like your birthmark could have been the spot where maybe you lost an organ or you got killed or something and stabbed in that area or whatever it might be. Maybe. Who knows? You know what I mean? Maybe a birthmark is what's left over from crossing through the portal. I don't know. Birthmarks are interesting.
5 signs you're a reincarnated soul. Number 1, random fears or phobias you can't explain. You ever wonder why you've been afraid of something, but you don't know why? Like you might have been terrified of some water, but you never had no bad experience with that shit in this lifetime. Or you might panic in tight spaces that don't even make sense right now in your present life. The reason being chosen, fam, bro, because you might have been afraid of that shit in your past life. So be aware. Number 2, deja vu experiences. Have you been somewhere new, but you feel like you've been there before? This could be another sign you're reincarnated, because our soul recognizes certain places and things before our mind can. Number 3, you feel like an old soul. Bruh, do you feel like you wise beyond your years? Like you understand things about life that usually take a long time to learn? Old souls feel out of place with people their age. You prefer talking to older people, or you just simply like to be alone. Number 4, you possess talents or skills you can't even explain. Have you been told that you're naturally good at something, but you know for sure that you never practiced this shit ever in your existence or your current life? These talents and skills might be shit that you learned in your previous life, fam. Like you might be able to speak a language you never studied, or you might be a good cook without ever being taught. These attributes and talents and skills are, or possibly could be, stuff you brought from your past life and you just bringing it to your current life today. Number 5, you have deep connection to certain cultures or time periods. Have you ever felt drawn to a particular culture or a certain time in history, bro? Like you might love everything about ancient Egypt or something. This strong connection and strong longing might be because you lived in that time in your previous life, or you possibly practiced that culture in your previous life. So these are 5 signs you are a reincarnated soul, bro. If this video resonates with you, let me know in the comments down below. It's your boy DG. I got some more videos like this on the way.
Interesting video. I mean, I think everything he named, I definitely have been experiencing. So I guess I'm a reincarnated soul. But I think we're all reincarnated. And I also think that's not good news.
Man, y'all know these TV shows and these movies be having all the gems in it, man. And if you don't know, now you know. The best way to hide the truth is inside plain sight. Let's talk about it. Peace and divine love to all the guys and goddesses, all the high vibrational, beautiful souls and spirits. What's up? So today we'll be talking about Black Mirror. Let's dive in. Now, if you know me, family, y'all know I always talk about them hiding the truth inside of TV. Your TV shows, movies, video games, cartoons, commercials, and etc. Now, I've been seeing posts of this show going viral everywhere, and it's showing people putting some type of device on their brain. They eye will turn a certain color, then they will enter this virtual world. Now, let's ask ourselves, why is this a problem? Well, let's start from the basics. Now, understand your brain is the most powerful thing around. It connects you to the most high, other dimensions. You can create your own reality with it, and etc. It's 100 times more spiritual than physical, obviously. Everything starts with a thought, even creation. Source thought about creating us in this world. That's how we came about. Every part of your existence is connected to the brain. Everything has an opposite, you know? God, the devil, good, bad, up, down, yin, yang. Y'all get it. Now, let's ask ourselves, what is the opposite of the brain? Artificial intelligence, or AI. Why? Because it thinks for you. Nobody want to think no more, man. Because we got technology that can do everything for us, right? You can say it's like the Antichrist or something because it disconnects you from reality. Now, we know the type of radiation that the technology nowadays give off is harmful to our avatars. It can damage you in many ways without you even knowing. That's why it's not good to rest near your phone, pull it up to your ear, wear earphones, and etc. Now, on the TV show Black Mirror, they'll put these devices on the side of their head, and it'll take them to another dimension or a virtual world. That's literally what's going on today, right now. When we pick these devices up, we slowly slip away from reality, whether we know it or not. It's hard for us to stay off our phone for 5 to 10 minutes unless we working or something. We be bringing them to the dinner table when we eating and all that shit, man. Do y'all not know when like supernatural shit happen in the world, they can send a certain frequency through these devices to erase our memory? Now, the TV show is called Black Mirror. Now, we all know mirrors is connected to other dimensions with low vibrational spirits. They's literally trying to turn our reality into a mirror. The more we use technology nowadays, we are trapping ourselves inside a false reality. And it will be hard to leave. Let those with a clear vision see, man. I love, value, appreciate, and adore every single last one of y'all. Ground, sun gates, detox, meditate, fast. I see everything. Peace, family.
I think for him to use the word reality, I don't believe in reality, so I can't agree with that part of it. I don't think anything is real. Reality is all an illusion. All of this is a projection of our thoughts and its programming. You know, we're inside of this software. We're inside of someone's ideas. That's all we are. We're just the characters in someone's mind. We're in the brain. We are the dreams. We are the thoughts manifested. And what we think is real is not. You know what I mean? I don't think so. But I hear what he's saying, because we definitely be addicted to these phones. I try not to be on my phone too much. In the morning time, you know, I catch up on my social media because I am an artist and I have to put things out. But I definitely throw my phone down and I talk myself out of it. I'm like, yo, put your phone down. Get to living. You know what I mean? Get to doing something. So I feel like if you're going to use your technology, make sure you're using it for good, to spread information like this and to create conversations where we can learn some things. You feel me? Shout out to that show Black Mirror, too. That joint is dumb good. If y'all haven't seen it, if you're starting from season 1, do not watch episode 1. It's crazy. It's just too much.
There's no way Black Mirror just told on Beyoncé like that. Oh my God, that's B.
That was Beyonce. And I seen that episode before, and until somebody just called it out, I did not catch that. That was crazy. Yeah, power is a hell of a drug. When people have a lot of power, it can be very dangerous. And we have to be careful out here as human beings. Ain't nothing wrong with admiring people for their talents, but don't do it to the part where you want to hurt other people and you want to go hard in the paint to defend these people. They are not paying your bills. They are not feeding your kids, so just chill. That about wraps up this week's episode. I ain't gonna hold you guys. Go ahead, get to living, get to manifesting your dreams. I hope if there's something that you want to start, you go out there and you start it tonight. Even if you take 10 minutes towards your dreams, please go ahead and do something. Writing ideas down is always a great place to start because ideas equal growth, you know? Like, share, subscribe, and comment on this channel. Of course, if there's videos that you want me to play on this channel, send it right here to norreacts@gmail.com. I'm gonna drop it right here for y'all. And I'm definitely down to hear about what you guys feel about these videos and what you want to see more of. Until then, I'll see y'all on the next episode. We out.